Alright guys, welcome to a brand new video today. This is my first official Destiny video, pretty much for like the last 3 to 4 months, maybe even 5 months. I know that this is my first weapon review in at least 4 months, and it's very weird to be sitting here doing this again, but I got this really cool hand cannon called the Trust. Unfortunately, so I got it and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool, and then I saw it was precision frame. And then I started using it in PvP, and it's not necessarily a gun that's like, yeah, this gun's amazing. You want to put it on and you're going to be outgunning dire promises. It's not that type of weapon, but it's like a really fun gun and a really cool gun. So going over the perks that I have on mine real quick, I have chambered compensator and small bore. I run small bore for extra range and stability. You have a choice between drop mag and steady rounds. I run drop mag just because, well, you'll see in a second, but the reload on this thing, when I'm running drop mag, outlaw, and I think I took them off just for this video, but I was running, I think in half the gameplays, I was running hand cannon loader. And when you, I'll throw up a little video on screen, but the reload on this thing when you have hand cannon reloader on, even without outlaw being procced, is absolutely ridiculous. Additionally, I have Outlaw, and then my final perk is Hipfire Grip, ergonomic grip that increases accuracy and stability when firing from the hip. This thing is actually pretty noticeable. Maybe not a great perk for console users, but because I play on PC, a lot of times I'll get rushed with a shotgun and I have to jump back and shoot. And when I'm jumping back and shooting and hip firing, I get registration on my bullets most of the time. I don't like miss really that often from the hip. So that perk is somewhat useful. But the main thing is Outlaw and just the drop mag and all that you're going to see in the gameplay. But the reload speed on this thing is ridiculous. Obviously, you'd prefer to have more than 9 rounds in a 180 RPM hand cannon. But with how fast this thing reloads, it's really not a big deal at all. So I ended up playing 4 to 5 games, and I'll be showing you 2 of them. This one was a really good one. I think I ended up going like 20-2 or something like that. But just a really good gameplay overall that kind of highlights just how good, or just how fun rather, this gun is to use. So first things first, we got to go over the most important part of the weapon, which is the sound. On a serious note though, obviously the thing sounds really cool, it looks very cool, and it's a lot of fun to use. It kind of gives you that gunslingerish vibe with the sound of the weapon, the model of the weapon, the way it looks. And it's just very fun to use at the end of the day. You're going to do 57 damage to the head for a headshot, so this is a 4 headshot kill weapon. If your shot is feeling really good with this thing, that's when it's really pumping out a lot of kills, and that's when you can do really well with it. It's not a gun where you can run around and your aim's maybe not the best feeling that day, and you play against some pretty good players with dire promises, and you'll still kill them. If your shot's not feeling really good and you're fighting against dire promises, midnight coops, and hand cannons like that, you're gonna have a hard time because this gun does so little damage. So it's not really like the typical hand cannon type playstyle you want to use. It's not like peeking in and out of cover, doing a lot of burst damage. It plays more like a pulse rifle or a low zoom, very fast firing scout rifle. The magazine size is quite low for only doing 57 for a headshot, but with all of these different reload bonuses that I have on mine, I really don't notice it at all. If I do have to reload, it's really not a big deal. I've never really had an engagement where the magazine size has been an issue. Most of the time, just because of how convenient it is to reload because of the speed, I'm reloading before every engagement anyways, and unless your aim is as bad as triple Rex, generally you're not going to need 9 bullets or more to kill people. So in summary, even though the gun only has 9 bullets in 1 magazine, it's really not a big issue at all. Another thing that I really like about this weapon, it is an energy weapon, yet it still has that crispy, satisfying sound that it has when you shoot it. And I ran into an issue where, I basically got forced into using the Balligant because the second best, or the other amazing shotgun, is the Botheration Mark 28. It is an energy shotgun. So most of the time, if someone is running a Dire Promise in sweats, they'll be running the Botheration as well. And I was running the Dire Promise, but I didn't have the Botheration. You have to get it from a drop from either strikes or PvP. It's basically just a random blue drop, and I just could not get it. And at this point in the game, now that Year 2 has been released, I don't think you can get it anymore. So I was forced into using the Balligant, which is the same exact archetype as the Botheration, but it is a kinetic weapon, not an energy, so I basically can't use the Dire Promise or the Midnight Coup while I'm using it. So I needed to find energy hand cannons or energy weapons to run with the Balligant. So far, I've been using the Jack Queen King, so having this in the energy slot kind of sets it up to be my secondary fun weapon to use, and I won't have to swap my special at all. I can just keep using the Balligant. So at the end of the day, is this something that I would want to take in with me for a tournament and try to use it against the best players in the world, using Dire Promises, Midnight Coops, and like I guess the what's it called, the Ace of Spades is like super broken. I'm currently doing the quest line for that. I don't have it unlocked yet, but Inspire, my buddy, does have it, so maybe I'll get to play on his account and get a video out early before I get mine. You know, people running amazing hand cannons like that, generally you're gonna have a rough time trying to use this weapon, but it's like a ton of fun to use, and it works well. Like it's not a weapon where you have to play against absolutely terrible people to do well with it. You just really can't succeed against the best in the world sort of thing. But I love it. It's super cool. I love everything about it. The Outlaw, the way it shoots, the way it feels. It might be more of a PC weapon. Maybe this gun sucks on console. I don't know. I'm not playing console, so if you hear me say, oh, I love this gun so much, it's so good, and you're playing on console and you're like, no, dude, this thing is trash. It's a different experience on a different platform. So what I'm trying to say is, if it sucks on PS4 after my recommendation to you, please don't be upset with me. So that's pretty much going to do it today for the video. I really wanted to get this video out as quick as possible just because of how much fun I was having with this weapon. But if you guys get this thing, make sure you don't write it off right away, because like most of the time, like people like me, you see there's precision and then you just want to throw it away and never use it again. Try it for a few games, see if you like it. If you have some really good perks on it, I think you will enjoy that it is quite, or you'll find that it's quite fun to use. That's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you are subscribed and you want to make sure you get all of my videos in your sub box, go ahead and go to the subscription button, and right next to it there's a bell, and you can click that to enable post notifications, as well as ensure that all my videos show up in your sub box. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.